Welcome back. When you're in a crisis, you may think of contacting first responders like 911. Well, joining me now for Mid-Michigan Matters today is Taylor Knickerbocker, love the name, with the East Lansing Police Department, and you are a police social worker.
Yes.
So I do want to mention to people that there is a difference between being a first responder officer compared to a police social worker. What is that difference?
So I have a degree in mental health. I have my master's in social work, so that is different than your typical law enforcement officer. I also don't carry a gun or a badge, so it's a little bit different when I arrive on scene to calls.
And what is a typical day in your work like? What is that experience like?
Yeah, so every day is super different. I typically tend to go on mental health calls with officers, so they are there to make sure that the scene is safe. And then we work together as a team to navigate crisis for people. That looks different, obviously, in every call with people. There's a big spectrum of, crises, but, we just navigate it and work together as a team to figure out how we can support the community every day.
And hey, the community in a crisis, you might feel panicked, frightened, right? How can your presence help to minimize that panic?
Yeah, so being on scene, I think that people see me without a weapon on my side, and a lot of times I see faces, turn to me. I also think that I can validate them and their experiences and just provide a sense of calmness while I'm there.
Oh yeah, help them feel a lot more comfortable with whatever they may be going through. And what is the need for a police social worker or social workers in general?
I think that we're seeing obviously a huge crisis with mental health and a lack of social workers and other therapists. So I think the more that are available, the better off everybody is going to be. But I think that police social work is special in that it helps people in those everyday situations, as well as the police officers themselves and their overall wellness.
And you can actually help connect people to those resources if they're going through a mental health crisis.
Yeah, so the goal would be to make sure that everybody is safe, that we have a good plan in place for them, and then to follow up with them in the long term to make sure that they have ongoing treatment.
Awesome. And let me ask you this. If people are going through a crisis, should they still call 911? Should they contact you? What do they do there?
Yeah, so if you need us to come out, and us would be myself or an officer, calling 911 is appropriate. Or you can, if you just need a chit chat, my number is on our website. You can also contact me directly if you just have questions about mental health or in general, but typically a crisis would be a 911 call.
All right, Taylor, if people want more information, where can they go?
The City of East Lansing website.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today on Mid-Michigan Matters and making sure that our community stays safe and has those incredible resources.